SportsMeds, your channel for riveting sporting analysis. Tune in as host Jordan Sterling delves into topical issues in the global sporting arena and engage in discussions that go beyond the base. Hi sports fans, welcome to SportsMeds. This is your host Jordan. Today I would like to zoom in on Jamaica's Reggae Boyz. Now, with World Cup qualifiers not too far away, I would like to look at 4 players that I think would strengthen the Reggae Boyz squad. Over the past 3 or 4 years, the team has done consistently well, especially in the Gold Cup. However, there is a lot of room for improvement, and I know that Coach Whitmore and his staff must have an idea of a core set of players that they will be relying on to take us to Qatar in 2022. While we have a nice blend of players, if given the requisite resources, I believe we have a very good chance to qualify for the World Cup. However, having a deep squad with quality options across all areas of the pitch will enhance our chances. Hence, I believe there is room for at least 6 to 8 quality additions to the squad. Because no matter the format of the qualifiers, Coach Whitmore will be wary that squad depth will play a pivotal role, especially when injuries and suspensions come into play. If you closely examine the Reggae Boyz squad in recent years, the midfield and forward positions are the main areas of concern. Over the last 2 years, we have seen the addition of the likes of Leon Bailey and Bobby Reid, but more quality reinforcements are needed. The current JFF administration has vowed not to repeat the errors of the past, where Jamaican-bred players or local-based players were not given a fair chance to state their claim for a spot in the team. However, it is important to select the best players that are eligible and are committed to playing for the country, regardless of whether they are based locally or overseas. And this is just my humble opinion. So I'm sure Theodore Whitmore and his coaching staff, they will be looking out for players to come in to the squad that they currently have, because we have a nice core. However, I think that there is still definitely room for some quality additions to the setup. The first player that I would like to see added to the Reggae Boyz squad is Mikel Seaton. At 24 years old, it is fair to say that Mikel Seaton is yet to reach the peak of his career. Having made his senior international debut for Jamaica in 2013 at the age of 17, Seaton has not donned the national colours since a 2017 friendly versus Saudi Arabia. Seaton is currently playing in the German 3rd Division for Victoria Köln, having completed a productive stint with Orange County SC in the USL. In 2 seasons with the club, he notched up 24 goals in 56 appearances. However, based on the early stages of his career, many expected Seaton to be much further than he is currently. He made his debut in MLS for DC United as a 17-year-old, and he looked like a mercurial talent back then. Also, he had a very prolific career for Jamaica as a junior player. Yet injuries and inconsistencies saw him playing for multiple clubs in the US, as well as plying his trade in countries such as Sweden and Israel. However, over the last 2 years, it seems as if he has rediscovered his best form and has a role to play in the national program. Outside of Shamar Nicholson, who I still think is a diamond in the rough and who is still honing his craft, the Reggae Boyz are lacking, or they are short of quality options in the centre forward position. Now, Corey Burke appears to have fallen out of favour with the coaching staff, and Darren Mattox his future is hanging in the balance. Mattox, as we know, has been a very good servant for the national program, but poor form and off the field issues could see the end of his Reggae Boyz career. And in my opinion, a fit Mikel Seaton would have had needed depth to the squad. For those who might not know a lot about this player, he is very strong with good close skills, and he has an eye for goal. Mikel Seaton was a part of the Reggae Boyz team that won the 2014 Caribbean Cup as a teenager. He is good with his back to goal, and he can link the play very well with the midfielders. And he's also very good in the air. So I think he would definitely provide competition to Nicholson and the likes of Devor Argill and Brian Brown. So, JFF, I'm not sure if you guys are watching Michael Seaton, but I have been watching this player over the past few years. There's no doubt about his ability. We know that he is very talented. He has lost his way somewhat, but I believe he is rediscovering his best form and he has a lot to offer the program. Reggae Boyz fans, does the name Daniel Johnson ring a bell? I think for some of us, it should. Because for the last 4 years, this player has been consistently linked with the national setup. However, he is yet to be capped by Jamaica. He has been called to the squad on a couple of occasions, most recently in September 2019, but was withdrawn from the squad with his agent citing flight challenges. In the just concluded championship, which is the second tier of football in England, Johnson was in superb form for Preston North End. According to the Lancashire Post, he scored 12 goals and recorded 6 assists as he was mainly used in the number 10 role. This earned the former Aston Villa man Preston's Player of the Season. In my opinion, Daniel Johnson's dynamism and skill sets would improve the current Reggae Boyz midfield. The fact that he is able to comfortably play anywhere in the middle would make him an asset for the team. With his passing ability, vision, and strength, it would be interesting to see how much he is able to influence the Reggae Boyz. Over the years, Jamaica has struggled to find midfielders who can consistently dominate games and dictate the pace of the game in the middle. The likes of Javon Watson and Devon Williams, they work very hard in the center of the park. But that lack of extra quality to control the tempo of the game and string passes together was very evident, especially in the last Gold Cup when we struggled in the semi-finals versus the United States. Now, with Watson currently being aged 36, it is prudent that Whitmore and his staff look for quality reinforcements. And I think Johnson is one of the first names which comes to mind. I think he fits the billing and would be a very good addition to the Reggae Boyz setup. If you look even in attacking midfield, we have the likes of Peter Lee Vassell, who has lost his way somewhat after his move to LAFC didn't go according to plan. We have young Tyreek McGee, who is finding his footing in Belgium, as well as the exciting prospect Lamar Walker from Portmore United. But when you go into a grueling World Cup campaign, do you think that these players with their limited experience at the international level will be able to stand up and be counted? Yes, they can, but I think it's important to have, that player who has experienced the mental toughness of playing in the championship in England. And once he's committed, once he really wants to play for Jamaica, I think the JFF should definitely go and seek out this player. Daniel Johnson, I would love to see him in the national colours. Fans, please let me know what you think. Would he be a very good addition? I think so, because the midfield has struggled consistently over the years. Even since the departure of Theodore Whitmore, we haven't had that dominant midfielder. We are still searching. Jermaine Yu showed glimpses in the past, but we haven't had that consistent presence. And as I mentioned, he can be used in multiple positions across the midfield. So over to you, JFF, over to you, Theodore Whitmore. We would love to see Daniel Johnson in the team. Another player that the Reggae Boyz coaching staff should be considering for the squad moving forward is striker Dwight Gayle. Blessed with great pace and movement, Dwight Gayle is a natural finisher who has done exceptionally well at championship level, scoring at regular intervals for teams such as Peterborough United, West Bromwich Albion and Newcastle. This is a guy who averages 20 to 25 goals a season in the championship. Now, despite not having the same level of success at the Premier League level, Gayle has done well for Crystal Palace, scoring 25 goals in 74 appearances across 3 seasons. In the just concluded Premier League season, he did not get much of a looking at Newcastle United, especially pre-COVID-19. However, when given his opportunity after Project Restart, the striker looked in good nick, recording 4 goals. Now, what would Dwight Gayle bring or add to the Reggae Boyz? Apart from goals, Dwight Gayle is a very energetic and a tireless runner. He knows how to run the channels and will definitely bring us goals once he has good supply from midfield. Also, we all know that the importance of having a reliable goal scorer in our ranks. Mexico has Raul Jimenez, the United States has Jose Altidore. I would love to see, the JFF make an effort or an attempt to have Gayle in our ranks because he has Jamaican roots. If he is committed to the cause, then I would say bring him on board. Because, as I mentioned earlier, Dwight Gayle is a proven finisher. And if we have somebody like this in our team, then we are guaranteed goals. This guy definitely has an eye for goal. What do you think about Dwight Gayle being a part of the national setup? Fans, I would love to hear from you as well on this one. I know many persons do not necessarily like a lot of English-based players in the team, and we have seen the JFF under Michael Ricketts, showing a tendency not to go for a lot of English players. Apart from Adrian Mariappa, Michael Hector, and recently Bobby Reid, we haven't seen much English-based players being invited to the national setup. But I think this guy, Dwight Gayle, would be a quality addition. Last but not least, and arguably the most high-profile and controversial name on my list is Mikel Antonio. His inclusion will definitely spark debate because it was reported that he rejected the chance of playing for Jamaica in 2016 as he wanted to play for England. However, with England having an embarrassment of riches in attacking areas and Antonio being 30 years old, do you think he might be willing to rethink his position? With the likes of Raheem Sterling, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, Harry Kane and Phil Foden, just to name a few, at England's disposal, I basically think that Antonio will not get another chance to play for the Three Lions. Despite being called twice, Mikel Antonio has never been capped by England. Hence, he's eligible to turn out for the Reggae Boyz as a result of his Jamaican roots. In the just concluded Premier League season, one may argue that had it not been for Antonio, West Ham would have suffered relegation. However, the burly attacker, he raised this game, especially, after Project Restart, and was undoubtedly one of the best players in the league during that period. He scored crucial match-winning goals and worked his socks off for the team and ended the campaign with, I think, 11 or 12 goals in all competitions, 8 of which coming in Project Restart. What would Mikel Antonio bring to the Reggae Boyz? While not being the most technically gifted and polished player, Antonio possesses blistering pace and unbelievable power. He's extremely physical and can play on either flanks or through the middle as a centre forward. His power, hold-up play and explosiveness makes him a weapon to play as a lone striker, as we have seen in the latter part of the just concluded Premier League season for West Ham. I think he is a major upgrade on the likes of Brian Brown, Divo Argill and Junior Flemings. His industry would definitely complement the more technical players such as Leon Bailey and Bobby Reid. Do you think the JFF should contact Mikel Antonio and see if he has a change of heart? Or should we look elsewhere? However, when all is said and done, I believe the current Reggae Boyz squad would do well with that additional firepower. Antonio is a good player, very hard-working player, as I mentioned earlier, and he would definitely add a new dimension to the Reggae Boyz team. Again, I would love to hear what you're thinking. Michael Ricketts, Theodore Whitmore, World Cup qualifiers are drawing near, and I know we have a good shot. But Whitmore himself would have known the importance of squad depth, having been a part of the 1998 team. So, again guys, thank you for tuning in to SportsMeds. Please remember to like, share, comment, most importantly, subscribe. Share with your friends, please. Thank you.